You're asking a guy who was part of that and didn't really care who paid, as long as I got paid. All right? That's all I cared about. That's all the guys out there that are left out there care about. So, I mean, as far as if we ever thought about, I'm sure it did damage in many different industries. I mean, industries that I know of, the construction industry, the garbage industry. I mean, the unions. I was on free medical with the Teamsters Union, the local right there back in New York. I mean, I was getting free. I'm sure somebody had to pay for that. I didn't. So it does damage. I guess it does damage all the way around. Anything that they can get involved in, anything they can squeeze a dollar out of. Mostly they're interested in cash businesses where cash can disappear.
Well, and that's exactly the reason why, although our city fathers here in Las Vegas, my town, they like to say that the mob is gone, but this is a cash town. It's hard to believe they'd ever be gone completely. Thanks for that call. We're going to go now to our international line, Mike in Toronto. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. What actor would you like to play Tony, or what actor would you like to see play you, Tony, in a Hollywood movie, dead or alive, or past or present?
Actually, I happen to be, he's a Chicago boy, but I happen to be fond of the guy. I think he's a very underrated actor. But it's Dennis Farina, I think. Maybe he's a little older right now, but I think he's got the punch that could probably carry it off anyway with his actions and the way he does things.
Yeah, you remember him. You remember Dennis Farina, don't you, Mike? I guess Mike's gone. Yeah, that'd be that's pretty cool. That would be a good idea. He's certainly an accomplished actor, and he's got the whole mannerism thing down. We're going to go east of the Rockies. Will in San Antonio. Good morning.
Yeah, one of the cool things about the mob to me, at least entertainment-wise, was the nicknames. And I always wondered if you're allowed to come up with your own nickname when you join, or does someone else have to assign you a nickname?
You would wind up with a nickname. I mean, it could be, sometimes the media would hang something on you, I mean, and sometimes it would stick, sometimes it wouldn't. The real reason that they came up with nicknames, okay, is because, I mean, there were guys out there that know each other for 20 years and they still don't know each other's last name. It's funny, yeah, it is, but it's true. I mean, they deal with guys, money's changing hands left and right, and they still don't know the guy's last name. Now, the reason for that was it was, a device where they couldn't pinpoint you if there were wiretaps. If you called the guy up, you asked for Joey Bubbles, or you asked for this guy, and, that would sort of like confuse them in the wiretaps. They, it would sound like a bunch of cartoon characters getting together, and there were some wild names out there. I mean, we used to call a guy, his name used to be Ralphie Shoes. Now, the reason he got that name is because he was so smooth, he could talk your socks off without taking your shoes off.
And Tony,
out of anything.
By the way, that's a good question, Will. And Tony actually got a nickname put on him by the media, but it didn't stick. It was Tony the Butcher, right?
Yeah, that was one of the overzealous columnists back in New York that did that. It didn't stick though.
Well, good. That's a spooky one there. We're going to go west of the Rockies. George in Medford, Oregon. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. My question, I got a couple of them here that are throw them at you real quick. How dispersed at the height of the heyday, even today? I mean, we always hear about St. Louis and Miami and Chicago and New York, but is the mob in Medford, Oregon? Are they in Portland, Oregon? Are they in Orem, Utah? Or do they leave those places alone? Is there, if they find a little operation, do they go in for an opportunity? And the other question, are they heavily involved in the automobile industry, the car dealerships? And last but not least, where does the Irish and the Jewish mob fit in within the Italian structure?
There's a lot of questions there. My area was the New York area, okay? It's like, you've got different, spokes of a wheel, It's not even that way, too. I mean, you watch the movies and stuff, and it looks like, that the wealth is shared nationwide. Well, it's not. I mean, there's too much greed in local areas to share anything with New York, to share anything with Chicago, or to share it with Miami or New Orleans or any place like that. Okay, they may know each other, they may call upon each other for a favor now and then, but they all eat in their own cities, and nothing is shared really outside the crews of that particular city. All right. Now the other question is,
are they in small towns? Smaller towns?
Not really, no. If there's, I mean, you're not going to find them you're not going to find them out in the farmland somewhere. There's no money to be earned out there. What are they going to do? All right? You can't run an illegal crap game in a cornfield. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to come.
This guy was calling from Medford, Oregon. I don't know if you've ever been to Medford, but
no, I don't think he has anything to worry about. I don't think they're there.
He also asked about Jewish and Irish mobs and whether or not, and I've seen the movies, I've read the books, there has been cooperation between both of those groups and the traditional Italian La Cosa Nostra, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sure they have. I mean, if you want to go back, to the movie Goodfellas. I mean, the guy who played, the real name was Jimmy Burke, of course. I mean, he was an Irishman, and he was with Paulie Vario. I mean, he was somebody who was with somebody. He knew he could never be a straightened out guy because he was Irish, but he didn't want it. Sure there was cooperation. There's many different associates out there. You don't have to be, it's not the, you don't have to be of Sicilian descent. You don't have to be right out of Palermo, or have descendants that go back. You don't have both sides be Italian. It doesn't have to be that way to be an associate. I mean, they had black number owners up in Harlem that were working. I mean, anybody's allowed to earn. Anybody's allowed out there to earn. As long as they kick back, they don't care who they're getting it from.
All right. I think we might try to slip in one more call. It has to be a quick one, though. Dell in Minnesota on the wild card line. Have to make it short.
Hey, Tony, real quick. You mentioned his name real early in the show, Henry Hill. And I was just wondering if you know what... I just heard some rumors. I actually bought some art from him off of, eBay. And I'm just wondering if you know what he's up to now or anything like that.
We got about 30 seconds.
I know the people he was associated with, but I don't know him personally. Okay? I knew Paulie Vario's sons from East New York. All right? I knew them. But Mr. Hill, I did not know.
Okay, thanks for that call, Del. Tony, thanks for sticking it out for the interview, and hope you take care of yourself. And if any big producers or book writers, publishers call me, I'll take down the information, and the next time you contact me, I'll pass it along to you.
Well, that's good. It has plenty of story there, George. A lot of comedy, a lot of drama, and a lot of horror too, and sex. So.
Thanks for sticking it out with us here tonight for a fascinating interview. Thanks to all the folks at Coast to Coast, George Norrie and Art Bell and everybody and the staff, and to all your listeners. Good night, everyone.